Oh, that's bright. Let's... Jesus, so bright. Get a little shade from the palm tree here. Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're just here for the brake job, you're not familiar with the channel, please check out my other stuff. There's a lot of other really cool stuff there. I work on, you know, that race truck in the background there. I've got my wife's Dodge Magnum. We've done a lot of stuff too. I've got a Suburban I haven't really done much to, but... And then there's a lot of other repair videos, of course. So check that out for me, please. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. But let's get into the video. So we're gonna be doing the brakes on this thing. At this point, I don't know what we're gonna have to do. So the first step really is to just get it in the air and take all the tires off and inspect and see what parts we need to buy. Just know that you do not have to remove this if you don't need to, because this center piece here is fully supported. So you can put the jack right here, and this little bump will help kind of keep it locked onto your jack too, your jack cup. And it's fully supported, touching the frame, so you don't have to remove that if you don't want to. Goodness, working on jobs I'm not even supposed to be working on. I had to drill and tap both of these front holes because they were both stripped out. When this pulled up, this was only hanging by the one back bolt, and I actually remember from last time that the bolt that's supposed to go over here was snapped off, so it only gets 3 bolts. It came in with one loose one, now it's got 3 tight ones, and now I can jack it up from this point right here. So you may be wondering, how did you know, or how did she know that she needed new brakes? You just get lucky and look before it was too late? Well, no, she said they were screaming at her, squealing. So either the rivets were rubbing, or in this case, they've got these little metal tabs here that touch the rotor when you hit the brakes. When you get too low, that's exactly what they're designed to do, is squeal at you before it's too late. There's also these grooves here. If you get within like a 1/16 of an inch of these grooves being gone, then you want to replace them also, because then once that groove's gone, the brake pad loses its effectiveness to wash away all the brake dust like it was designed to do. First thing you want to do is make sure you got room in your brake reservoir to squeeze the calipers in, and in this case she's got plenty of room there, so we'll just pop the lid off to let it breathe. But I have to set you down. This hood doesn't stay open. So since these are top loading brakes, meaning it's got this whole exposed area here, hopefully we don't have to remove the rotor, but we got to figure out a way to spread the pads apart. If we can do that without having to take it off the rotor, that might make things a little easier. So let's get this spring out of the way. Look at the seals. Okay, now one thing I should mention, obviously, you want to inspect your rotor before wasting your time trying to do it this way, because if you got to replace the rotors, then you got to take the caliper off anyway. So, but in our case, these rotors all feel great. There's no grooving, nothing that catches my nail, no lip. So we're gonna try to do it this way. All right, now we can get these pins out here. There you go. I don't know yet. Oh, actually I haven't bought them, never mind. I'm supposed to inspect and then go buy stuff. I forgot. But look at that, they slide right out and you can see this scraper is sticking out past the thickness of the pad. So these are going to warn you before you wear out this groove. No rivets are exposed, obviously, so that's got to be what the scraping's from. Of course, we're going to check off we're sized. Alright, these ones are not top loading in the rear, but still not too difficult. We're going to start by removing just the pin bolts. Usually you can get away with just removing the pin bolts. Oh, that's right. Okay, we're good. Okay, those are both pretty dry. So we have to go get some lube. Throw that on the list. Okay. That can hang out right there. These pop out as usual. I said as usual. Okay. There's actually plenty of meat left on this one. Same with that one. I didn't actually have to remove it. You just check out this line here, and there's no metal scrapers scraping this thing. So put that back in, put that back on, get some lube for the pins, and we'll be good. Now I'm going to check the other side too, of course, make sure there's nothing hinky different with the other side. But it looks like so far we'll just need some front brakes. Oh my goodness. So these guys are worn down to nothing. The groove is gone, and they almost, oh look, it's actually stuck behind the clip. They worn down so thin. There we go. Oh, the groove's barely there, but yeah. So if we're doing one side, we're doing both. So I just went and picked up the cheapest ones AutoZone had to offer. There's the part number there, MKD976. And they are ceramic according to the box. I didn't look them up on the computer myself and I didn't ask, so I don't know for sure, but they are the same. So let's get them put in. Alright, so I'm cleaning up all the dust in here. So I'm gonna put some fresh lube. I don't want to just put it over too much brake dust. Well, I'm gonna rub a little on the piston surfaces and top and bottom of the calipers here where they ride. And I'm actually just starting to wonder about this lube, not just now, but relatively speaking in my age. This lube isn't necessarily to lubricate a moving part so it slides easier. It's more for vibration dampening in probably most cases. Tell me what you think. And don't forget, I'm going to put this back the way it came, so hopefully that's the right way. But one of the pads, the outside one facing up, is how I'm doing mine. Not every pad has the scraper, only one pad. Each side has a scraper. That was scary. Now you want these guide pins to be slippery. Okay. So, I don't see anything wrong with doing this. Ooh, but that is nice. Very smooth. We'll throw a little lube on the pins too, just to keep them from chattering. Just in case. It smells good. The restaurant across the street's cooking. Ooh, nice. I feel like I got that lube right away. Oh yeah. Now this bottom one needs a spring. We have to slide it in as you put the pin in. This kit also came with new cotter pins for these pins. So why not? Ooh, I fixed it. Did you see that? This wasn't in right, but it's good now. Okay, so now once you get this done, you get the other side done just the same way, and you can go press on the pedal to close them back up and then move to the back. Okay, you're gonna knock the pin bolts out here with a 17mm, and they should pull right out. Then this should just pull right out too, super easy. Hopefully everything's going as well for you as it is for me. You're gonna want to grab a C-clamp and the old brake pad to clamp this in. No, can't do it by hand. The pads just kind of pull out at an angle and shimmy them to the edge. Ow! It's stuck. I already had this one out. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this side wasn't that bad. I've already done the other side. And you got this tab. There's on the inside bottom brake pad on both sides. You're gonna save that guy, clean it up. This kit that I got, same quality as the front, but it does not include hardware. It's part number MKD606. So we're gonna reuse all our hardware. I'm gonna brush it up and get all the loose stuff off. The reason I'm not using brake clean is because I don't want a big mess stain on the ground floor. But you can put down cardboard to soak it up, I guess. I could do that. Need a little bit of lube here. Put it back on these surfaces. Now this is where I plan on using basically a whole thing of lube, or not on these brackets here. It's kind of a lot. You just need a layer. But inside these pin holes is where I'm just gonna dump fluid or dump lube into. Okay. I'm just gonna slowly turn it. It should go really easy. If you feel any like sticking, grabbing, or if it like popped when you first started, it took a bunch and then pop, it went in, you should probably just replace these. Especially if you're noticing any difference of wear in the brake pads from one side to the other. Now the passenger side on this car on the back was worn down a lot more than the driver's side. I don't know why. The piston wasn't stuck. The pins moved freely. If anything, this side had the worst condition pins. I can't really explain why that happened. But back to the pads. We're gonna stick this little guy on there. And we gotta kind of put him in at a little bit of an angle. You gotta push these back as you're, and then you can, as you're putting it in, and then you can slide it in. Now if these are cracked at all, you're going to want to replace those. You can buy all this stuff at AutoZone or O'Reilly's, wherever. Kind of squeeze them into place there. A little recess on the inside. Carefully slide this over. Oh, I almost forgot, actually. You still want to put a little bit of lube here, here, and here. Again, just mostly for vibration dampening, not because it's a moving part and needs to be lubed, if that makes sense. Come on now, give me some lube. There we go. That's a blob. I feel better about that. Pop your rubber boots out. Now that you have lube just packed full in here, and throw your pins in. Oh, and it's like pushing it back out. Look at that. Ooh. That's fine. I'm gonna leave that pressure in there. Now all the contact surfaces have a little bit of vibration dampening. There we go. Tighten them up. Now this took about 4 ugga-duggas to get off with the hand, so that's what it's gonna get. I just blew the cap out the other side of this. I didn't even know it was there. Watch out for that. Alright, with all the brakes done, don't forget to screw that lid back on. Now we can go press on the pedal. Alright, let's see how far it goes down. All the way to the floor. That's why you don't just hop in your car after the brake job and thinking it's going to be fine. You will not have brakes the first time. Well, they just started to touch before I hit the floor. Now they're stiff. Dang, trying to film here. Alright, well, I took it for a drive, did the whole 20, 40, 60 thing. Seems to be working really well. Brakes really well. The whole thing is, I mean, it's a 4Runner. It's like spongy. It's fun to drive, just even off the curb. It's funny, but I usually drive these hard. Like the truck is all polyurethane and lowered. It's like a skateboard. Magnum's a skateboard. That Chrysler is a little sedan. It's all brand new, but in the Suburban, that's actually got polyurethane bushings too. So even the Suburban's pretty stiff. But the 4Runner, this thing's like floating. It's fun. It's fun. I would call it a success. Brakes work great. Tell me if this video helps you out. Tell me what you think about the video. Tell me anything at all that's, well, constructive. You know, no one likes people that just want to talk crap. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.